You ever notice how around Christmas, those feel-good news stories kind of take over?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Everyone wants a little heartwarming miracle, right?
Right. And this one started out just like that. 14-year-old girl found safe after being lost in the Louisiana woods. Sounds like a Christmas miracle, huh?
Lost in the woods on Christmas sounds like a movie.
Exactly. But here's the thing. It's way more complicated than that. She wasn't lost. She was left there by a 28-year-old man.
Hold on, what? 20? Okay, that's not a Christmas movie anymore. What happened?
It gets even worse, unfortunately. This girl met this guy, Alexander Matern, online. They were playing video games together.
Online gaming. I see where this might be going.
He drove her all the way from Tennessee to Louisiana, left her with supplies in a tent after he knew how old she was, and then he drove 42 miles to have Christmas dinner with his own family.
Wait, he just abandoned her after knowing... Okay, that's messed up.
Yeah, it's rough. And you know, we only know about all this because you sent over those news articles, so we're diving deep on this one. Got to unpack what happened.
Let's do it. This is heavy stuff.
Yeah. We have to start with the facts. The girl, thankfully, is back home safe. Matern's facing some incredibly serious charges.
And the charges are really where this Christmas miracle thing falls apart, don't you think? Like, yes, the girl's safe, that's amazing, but she went through something horrific.
Absolutely. I mean, let's just go through it. Aggravated kidnapping of a child.
Right off the bat, that tells us a lot, right? It's not just kidnapping, it's aggravated. The vulnerability of the victim, her age, the fact that he transported her across state lines, it all adds up.
Then there's human trafficking.
Which takes it beyond just taking someone. This points to a whole pattern of exploitation, probably grooming her, taking advantage of her.
And then there's carnal knowledge.
And knowing her age, that's, well, we don't need to spell it out. It's awful. These charges paint a very grim picture.
Yeah. And they're not just words on paper. They reflect the terrible reality of what this girl went through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the relief of her being found and forget about the trauma. This girl was taken from her family, brought to a completely strange place, and then just left alone.
Yeah. And it's not like it was a quick trip or something. He drove her all the way from Tennessee to Louisiana.
That's a long time to be under someone's control like that, alone with your thoughts. I can't even imagine.
And then, this is the part that gets me. He just goes to Christmas dinner like nothing happened.
Right. Like he could just compartmentalize what he'd done so completely.
Yeah.
It's almost chilling how normal he must have seemed to his family.
Totally. The sheriff in this case put out a big warning about online safety, and I got to say, this is a textbook example of why.
It's a whole new world out there. It's not strangers in vans anymore. It's predators online lurking in places that seem totally harmless.
Especially gaming. Like, it's such a social thing now. Kids connect over it, build communities.
And that's what makes it so dangerous. You've got these online spaces where anonymity is easy, people can pretend to be anyone, and young people are especially vulnerable to that.
Matern met her through gaming, which makes this even more terrifying for parents.
Think about it. These platforms offer a sense of belonging, a place to make friends who share your passions. That's powerful, especially for kids who maybe struggle to fit in elsewhere.
It's not just about what kids are seeing online, it's who they're talking to and the relationships they're building.
Exactly. And predators know how to exploit that. They build trust, shower victims with attention and gifts. It's a whole process of manipulation.
This case, as awful as it is, really highlights the dark side of something that seems so innocent. It's a reminder for all of us.
Absolutely. And it raises a huge question for us as a society.
Yeah.
How do we protect young people online without taking away their freedom and privacy?
That's a tough balance. We can't monitor their every move.
Right. It's about education. Teaching kids about online safety, warning signs, and encouraging them to talk openly if something feels off.
It's also about us as adults understanding what our kids are doing online, where they're going, who they're talking to. We need to be aware.
We need to be involved, but not invasive. It's a delicate balance, but it's crucial.
So we've got this horrific case, thank goodness, with a happy ending for the girl. But she's got a long road ahead of her to deal with the trauma of what happened.
And for all of us, it's a stark reminder. Online safety is not just about blocking websites or filtering content. It's about understanding the very real human dangers out there.
It's about recognizing that the internet can be a wonderful tool for connecting people, but it can also be a hunting ground for predators. We all need to be aware.
And we need to talk about it openly and honestly with our kids, with each other.
This is a conversation that needs to happen in every home, in every school. It's that important.
It really is. We can't afford to be naive anymore. The internet has changed the world, and we need to adapt our parenting and our understanding of safety to keep up.
It's heavy stuff, but it's the reality we live in. This case, as awful as it is a wake-up call.
And hopefully it can help us start making some positive changes for ourselves, for our kids, for everyone.
Thank you for listening to Justice for the Souls podcast.